And, like, I know we're so competitive. That's how you get to the college level. You have to be competitive. But kind of like, just understand, like, "Bro, like, this only matters on the course." That's what I tell the girls, like, "Dude, these stats, these numbers, they only matter if I'm on a field.
Mm.
After that, I'm more than a number, like, nobody even knows about that number. Nobody knows about it.
You hear that?
You only know about it because it stays up here, and you keep thinking about it, and you stick to it. "Oh, I did this. Oh, I didn't do this. Oh, don't find your value in sports. At the end of the day, we all turn to ashes. We're all gone. Can't carry your sport with you to God, like, to heaven, right?
Yeah.
So find your value in God."
Great idea getting her on the
Yeah.
podcast.
Wow. This is like this is life changing. Hey guys, welcome back. Or if you're new here, welcome to the Career Talk with the CIA. I'm your host, Gabby.
And I'm your co-host, Kylie.
And today we're joined by
Elizabeth de la Riva.
Elizabeth. Do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Liz. I'm originally from Douglas, Arizona. I graduated from Artesia High School. I play softball here at the University of the Southwest, and I'm a sophomore.
Okay, awesome. And then what are you majoring in? I don't know if I missed that.
My major is kinesiology, exercise science, which I'm hoping to use to be an athletic trainer, not a physical trainer.
All right, sounds good. Okay, so you mentioned that you are from Artesia. How did that kind of like shape you growing up?
Oh, that's a tough one. Okay, so it really it helped help me become who I am today. I did face a lot of trials and tribulations while I was there. I moved out there my sophomore year of high school, so I was only 16, just turned 16 by the time we moved out there. And I was originally from Arizona, so I grew up in that place for 15 years. I knew everybody. It was such a small town, knew everything. So moving to a new place really, shocked me, and there was a little bit of a culture shock because I grew up next to a border town. But it really helped me learn that I don't need to be, approved by everyone. I don't need to seek people's approval, that I can do what I need to do, and I can find my own ways of creating my own happiness outside of the things that I may love or be passionate about. I did, like I said, face a lot of trials. Wasn't always accepted there. They saw me as an outsider who took people's positions or was just, making too many waves. So they did try to shut me down a couple of times, but my parents and my family and friends that I made there helped build me into the woman I am today and the character I am today. And it just helped me realize that at the end of the day, like, the only approval I need is God and my family's.
Yeah, that's super important. Kind of go a little bit deeper into like what it was like walking into a new team like that, especially like a high school team that I feel like is kind of already developed going into the sophomore year.
So it was really tough. I mean, I was really hard on myself because I knew I had to make good impressions. I had to be better than anyone else who was playing that position. I couldn't slack off if they slacked off. I had to put my 110% into it all the time. And it was just tough because a lot of these girls weren't just only developed through high school, because over there high school does start your sophomore year,
Mhm.
but a lot of these girls had been playing with each other since they were about 4 or 5 or even young. Like, they were family members, cousins, like,
Yeah.
there was all connected. So it was just hard trying to come into that because I was seen as an outsider when I did make the team, and they did have their ways of trying to, just remind me that I wasn't gonna fit in, and I just never felt comfortable or accepted there. But
Mm.
I think just kind of I faced it head on, and I just told myself I earned my spot there and I did the work, and if they didn't like me, then oh well, because I knew that college was my end goal and that was just a small chapter in my whole book of softball.
Yeah. I mean, that's a great way to look at it. And it seems like you had like a pretty good definition of like success in high school, especially going through that. Would you say that your definition of success has like changed moving into like especially a collegiate sport and becoming a student athlete?
I would say it has, because in high school, my success and my worth and my value was all based off of my performance and how I was doing. And if I struck out, then I wasn't worth anything. Or if I made a mistake on the field, or if I didn't get a throwdown, or if I didn't do something that I was supposed to, then I saw myself as a failure. And now I finally came, just the other day actually, I finally came to terms with the fact that softball is only a small part of our world and our life, and success isn't measured by that anymore. My success is measured by if my day was good, if I, had made memories with friends, or if I, talked to God that day. Like, my success is now based off of my connection and my relationship to God and like my friends and my community.
Yeah. Um, did you kind of going back to your career, did you always know that you wanted to be an athletic trainer? Or was that kind of something that you decided later on in high school?
So it was something I decided in high school. It was my freshman year of high school when I was still going to school in Arizona. I took like half a semester of sports medicine, and I immediately just felt a spark with it. I immediately knew that it was something I wanted to do because not only could I stay around sports, but I could also be helping other athletes. And as an athlete who was in the trainer's room quite a bit because something was always happening, or I just, like I am now, always in there,
Yeah.
it just helped me realize that I could still be helping athletes and still being around sports that I love and I care for. So, yeah, that's what made that decision for me.
Okay, so kind of going with that question too. Growing up, what did you see? Like, what was in your future? What did you see your future to be?
Hmm. Growing up, I guess I always saw my future as this lavish lifestyle. I can't even lie. But I knew that I always wanted to work around sports, and I did grow up around baseball. So, I mean, from my freshman year where I was like 15, I already knew I wanted to be an athletic trainer. But of course, being Liz, I can't just shoot for, oh, I'll be high school, I'll be a college trainer. No, I want to go pro. I want to go to the MLB with being a trainer. And I already know that there's going to be a lot of hardships that I'm going to face doing that because it is a very male dominated career path. But, I guess as a little kid, I just kinda always hoped and prayed that I would still be around sports in some form, whether it was still an athlete. A lot of people in my hometown really believed in me, and I do remember one specific, parent telling my dad, like, "Oh, I want tickets to, like, the U of A game." So I knew collegiate softball was always in my cards, but I just didn't know what level, and when I got to high school, that's when I decided I didn't wanna go D1, D2, or D3 because I wanted softball to be a part of who I am, not who I was.
Mhm.
Mhm. Okay, so how has being a student athlete shaped your work ethic?
It's taught me how to balance my lifestyle and how to just understand that there are gonna be days when I'm too tired to do stuff and kind of accepting stuff for what it is, if that makes sense. Like, um, I do tell myself that my education comes first before athletics because of the fact that athletics can only get you so far. And I feel like athletics has done its job as getting me this far. And I'm beyond grateful for it, but I also can't beat myself up because of the fact that I know we still have so much life after to live, and softball is a very hard sport that on our bodies. And so I've just kind of it's taught me that accept stuff for what it is, take what happens and move on. Like, don't focus on the past because there's nothing you can do about it. It's already over with. Focus on what's next. And that's what we're taught in softball because yeah, you might make an error, but guess what? The next play is already happening. The next pitch is already being thrown. So I would say being a student athlete has helped me understand the importance of things and also where to balance my time.
Kind of gonna keep going with that. Obviously, we're in college, you're moving into your 20s. What's kind of like a mindset change that you've had to, like, make because life's getting real at this point, you know what I mean? It's no longer, "Oh, I wanna pursue this, I wanna pursue this." It's actively trying to get there and, like, make those choices.
Ooh, that's okay. So I think some of the mindset changes that I've had is understanding that the cleats have to get hung up at some point because regardless of if I can still keep going or if I can still manage to fight through the pain and stuff, I still have a whole life ahead of me. I don't wanna be like that parent that can't move because I decided to play college ball past my time, you know? So I think one of my mindset changes is understanding that this isn't all, like, our life. Like, a lot of people say ball is life, and to me, it's not. It really isn't. I mean, it's a part of our life. It's a very big part of our
Yeah.
life, but it shouldn't be just our life
Yeah.
because we are so much more than just athletes. And so I think that's one of my mindset changes is understanding what my identity is outside of softball.
Yeah.
So I would say that, and also just realizing it's time to get back to the real world in a couple of years. So I need to make sure all my stuff is set up so that way I can go to grad school and get all that set up.
Yeah. I feel like that's a very, like, great change that you can make because I feel like it's so easy to get caught up in your sport here because that's quite literally all we do. I mean, our lives revolve around it. So understanding that, like, okay, I have to be a big girl at the end of the day and I have to get ready to become, like, a mom. I have to get ready to become, like, a physical therapist, whatever you wanna do. Like, that's such an important thing that you have to understand, and you don't wanna be a senior graduating, like, understanding those things. So I feel like that's a very, very good step. But we're gonna move into some fun questions. What's a pregame ritual that you have going on right now?
My pregame ritual, 7 brew. So the
Shout out
spice of
to
the pregame ritual is 7 brew, Wendy's, and then after I like get dressed and stuff, and I'm ready before I go out to catch, I'll go off by myself into a little corner and I'll pray.
Okay.
That's my ritual.
What's your 7 brew order?
My 7 brew order, it depends on the day. So
Okay.
if I want an energy, it'll be a energy with like kiwi, watermelon, and raspberry and cream. Yeah, I'll put you on with that. And then if I'm wanting matcha, it'll be a coconut matcha, extra sweet with cold foam. Shout out to Nettles. I got that one from Nettles.
Yeah.
So that's her order right
I
here.
love going to 7 brew and seeing my USW girls.
Well, you'll see me there. So
I didn't know you were a matcha girl.
I wasn't actually. Funny story. I
Okay.
did not like it, and then one day Nettles came home. She's like, "Try this," and I tried it, and then it got me hooked, and it was all I hyperfixated on for like a week.
Okay.
And then now I'm finally going back to energies and flopping it around.
Yeah. I can't. I've really tried. I've really tried to get on the matcha train. I can't do it.
I think it also depends where you get it from. Cause like I know Starbucks matcha is different from 7 Brew matcha, and
Very grassy there.
yeah, you can taste the difference. You really can. I don't like Starbucks matcha. No hate to Starbucks, but I don't like Starbucks matcha.
Every time Sophie gets one, I'm like, let me try it. Let me try it. It's the same thing every time. It makes Sophie so mad. Okay. And then what's like your hype song? Like your go-to hype song? I'm about to play, win this game.
Oh, okay. So I've recently gotten like into Christian rap a little bit more because I'm trying to cut off secular music. A lot of people don't know what that word means, but basically like explicit or like
Yeah.
music that's just not good.
Mhm.
Like it could be good, but it's not good. Um, so right now one of them is Dim My Light. I don't remember the artist, but it's talking about how like if you don't like me, take it up with God because He created me. Like if you don't like the way I do things, then take it up with God. Yeah, it's a really good one.
I'm gonna have to look that one up.
Oh yeah,
that sounds
I'll send
beautiful.
it. It's really really good.
Okay, I love that. Okay, now we're gonna move into some like present.
Hold on, I have more fun.
Oh, sorry.
So favorite game day here.
My favorite game day hair. Ooh, dang. Actually, I just did this one the other day. I did like X's like on my hair with braids, and then I brought it down into a ponytail with bubbles.
Who's y'all's team braider? Sorry, Kylie.
We don't really have one, to be honest. Everybody kind of just jumps around. But I would say I've seen Big Lex braid people's hair a little bit more than anyone else. I don't know. I just braid my own.
Do you braid your own?
I do.
Okay.
This one's kind of weird, but it's very good to know. Determines who you are. Socks, then shoes, or sock shoe, sock shoe.
Socks and then shoes.
Okay. Just checking.
Whoa.
Socks and then shoes.
Okay.
I feel like if you do like sock shoes, like you're just doing too much.
That's so weird in my
No.
opinion.
I think that's how I put on my shoes this morning. I'm pretty sure because I was admiring how clean. Sorry, I was admiring how clean my on clouds are because I just washed them, guys. And I think I actually did put them on a sock shoe, but I normally go socks and shoes.
Yikes.
That's on me. That's on me. Okay, so sorry. Okay, so what skills are you trying to like currently develop moving into your career path?
Honestly, so I've been great, like super grateful and blessed. Carla has kind of taken me in, like teaching me how to do certain things, and I've actually, funny story, I'm basically our team trainer. Like everybody knows. As soon as something happens, the girls are like, Liz, like if we don't have a trainer on like on location, they're like, Liz, how do I do this? Or like, Liz, can you tape this? What do I do for this? And so luckily, like I've been working on like my taping skills and like just kind of understanding injuries and things like that. So I guess I don't really know. I mean, taping, I guess, getting better at it, getting quicker at it, and also being quicker at assessing like the injuries. But luckily, I'm grateful and I'm thankful that my team trusts me with that and that Carla trusts me because it's really been a great help.
Yeah. What are some things like procedural that like you walk in, like how do you assess a athlete, if that makes sense?
An athlete. So sometimes like the girls will come in. It depends on what the injury is. I'll just ask them, where does it hurt? What type of pain are you feeling? Are you feeling shooting, stabbing, burning? Like, what are you feeling? Numbness, you know? And then from there, I'll kind of look at, okay, where's the injury at and what can cause that and what muscles or what things are around that area that can cause that pain. But sometimes, like, again, I'm still a student, so I'm still learning. Sometimes I won't fully know what's going on. So I'll text Carla or I'll tell Petro, hey, like, this is out of my pay grade. Like, there's not much I can do here. Like, I don't know what to do. So that's basically the procedure. Just asking them how bad it hurts, where it hurts, what type of feeling like or pain that they're experiencing. But
Okay. And then your career choice, was it more practical or more passion?
I would say it's more passion because I don't want to give up being around sports because that's all I've known my whole life. I mean, if I wasn't at my sport events, I was at my sister's cheer competitions or my brother's football games or their band like I was always around something other like than just daily life, you know? So I'm used to a full schedule, so I guess that's kind of also why I wanted it. And also because like I really love baseball.
Yeah.
And as a little kid, like I knew since I was younger that I wanted to do something that was gonna break, like, barriers, and I was gonna do something that, was gonna either set, like, a path for other, like, little girls or I just always knew that I didn't like being told no.
Yeah.
So, from a young age, I saw that there really isn't many women in baseball. There is now, thank God, and there's like it's amazing to see that change. But when I was growing up, there wasn't really any women in baseball, and I always told my dad, I want to work in baseball. I want to do something in baseball." So then I discovered my passion for athletic training, and that's how I ended up on that decision.
Mhm. That's beautiful. And I know you mentioned your siblings did sports. Everybody did something growing up?
Yes. So actually, I'll give you a little fun fact about me. Growing up, I did ballet, cheerleading, basketball, volleyball. Did one season of soccer, and then softball.
Okay, so you were all around.
I did do
How long did you
ballet.
do ballet?
I would say up until I was like in 3rd grade. So I was really little doing ballet. Yeah, it was but my parents don't know this and they're probably going to find out from this podcast. I kind of gave up ballet and cheerleading because it was my sister's thing and it's not that I felt like I was in her shadow, but I wanted to do something that felt more like me. And I loved ballet, but I also always wanted to do hip hop and my parents never let me. So then I was like, you know what? Then I'm quitting ballet too.
All together.
Yeah, I said I'm
We're
done.
done.
But it was also really, really like insane because my schedule sometimes would be like I'd be going from softball practice to ballet, changing in the car,
Yeah.
and I was little. So I think that's also why I'm so okay and used to like these crazy schedules
Like
that we have.
those.
But yeah, so my siblings all did something. My brother was football. He did soccer for a bit, and then he also did band. My sister was ballet and cheerleading, and she was a really good cheerleader. I don't tell her this, but I loved watching her cheer because I could tell how passionate she was about it, and I know that um sometimes I do feel bad because I know she couldn't at the time we couldn't help her go collegiate level, and seeing that I was able to, I does kind of make me sad sometimes knowing that she couldn't. But she's living a great life now. Let me
Yeah.
tell you, she's traveled the world, and so I think yeah. But my siblings were both involved, and she was very involved in high school. We were very competitive, actually, because a lot of people don't know much about my siblings.
Uh-huh.
We were very competitive, and she was involved in so many clubs, and I think she had 5 clubs that she was in.
Oh wow.
And so when I got to high school, I was like, I'm gonna beat you. I did not beat her because we moved and my school didn't, in Artesia did not offer as many clubs as ours did in Arizona.
How many years are y'all apart? Is she older?
She is. So they're both older. I'm the baby. I know.
Okay.
Crazy, huh? My sister is 6 years older than me and my brother is 3 years older than me.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're all 3 years apart.
That's beautiful. What is a lesson that has taught you something here at USW?
Oh,
Oh, brother. I've been taught a lot here. I'm not gonna lie. Shout out to USW. These are teaching me life lessons. Kind of just understanding. Like, I think one of them is to not seek, like, not be a people pleaser, and just kind of understand that I may not receive certain things because I don't do certain things for people, or just understanding that it's okay to not be liked.
Mhm.
It really is, and it's okay. You don't have to be liked by everyone and anyone. If they don't like you, okay. You don't need them. It's a want to have people in your life. And also understanding, this is a big one that I learned. People being your friend, or you allowing them to have a friendship with you, is it's not something that they deserve. It's something that's earned. Having
Mhm.
access to you as a person is earned. It's not deserved.
Holy
So
bar. Wow.
Wow, good.
that's something I learned big time here.
Yeah. I think because it's so small, you learn those things a lot quicker than you would at like a big university because there's a million people on campus. But here, I think we have what, 300 people on campus?
Yeah.
Like my high school. This is the same size as my high school. Like you
Yeah,
went.
but I
way
feel like
quicker.
being here and being at such a small school and like knowing everybody and like what you said with the whole friendship thing is what like that's preparing us quicker than it is like people going to tech and stuff like that. Like we're getting to see this and they're not seeing this because they're I mean they're staying with their tiny groups and we're with everybody.
Yeah.
So I feel like we're more prepared than
I think here puts us kind of outside of our comfort zone
100%.
because of the fact that it's so small that you can't just really stick to your clique, because if you do, your clique blows up. And that's something that a lot of people don't understand. Like going off what you said about people like going to tech. A lot of people that I went to high school with are all still hanging out in the same cliques, and I'm like, branch off, meet new people. Like, why have you not met new people? You know. So I think, yeah, this place definitely does force us to either break out of your comfort zone or you end up isolating.
Mhm. And like if going off of that, still like if you don't get out of your clique, you're golf, 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 softball, softball, softball 24/7. Like that's
Yeah.
all you do. Like getting to talk to you is like a nice break because like I get to see a little bit of your world. I get to, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's just nice actually branching out to other sports and like talking and getting to know them because it's just like a break
It
instead of
really is.
getting stuck in the same routine over and over.
And I think that's like the transition I had from last year to this year. Last year it was all softball girls. I didn't know any of you guys last year. I knew of y'all, but I didn't know y'all. And I think this year getting to meet you guys and kind of being able to branch outside of softball has helped a lot, because like if I'm irritated with my softball people, I'm like, I'm gonna go hang out with my golf people.
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna go talk to like my little group of soccer people. Like, I just it's so much better and healthier, because then it makes me realize like, okay, like I miss my softball friends now. Like,
Yeah.
bye. Like, I'm gonna go back real quick.
Bye.
I'll see you this time.
Yeah, I think the sense of community here is like a big thing too. Like, I don't know. I think there really honestly is there's so much beauty in USW and how it functions because it is so small. Like you learn so much.
Yes, I agree, 100%.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is one skill that you didn't expect to need that you have to have now with like your path and even athletics, everything?
Hmm. Something that I didn't think I would need. Um, I guess kind of okay, so this is gonna seem insane because Liz talks to anyone and everyone. But getting out of my comfort zone is something that I really didn't expect very much, or just kind of also being demanding. Growing up I was a very bossy kid, but and it's something me and my parents talk about a lot, kind of going back to the whole Artesia thing. Artesia really dimmed my light and my personality and who I was, and it really did its number on me. But finally coming back here helped me come back to who I was and be a little bit more who little Liz was. And so I guess being demanding is something that I had to like relearn and understand, and setting boundaries with people and understand, like telling them like, hey, like you can't do that. That's not right. or standing up for people who are too scared to speak up, because I was that person for so long, you know? So I guess those are some skills is that I didn't think I needed anymore because Artesia taught me that I couldn't do that or that I didn't need them. But now coming out here, it did remind me, hey, you're allowed to be that way. You're allowed to act that way.
Okay, so how do you handle stress or even like pressure within classes and softball? And like, can you give advice to other students, incoming students with that?
Yeah. So, I actually run really well off of stress, but sometimes I stress too much to the point where it'll affect my eating habits or the way like I just take care of myself. Like I'm drained and don't want to do anything. But I think one thing that I've learned to do, especially with school wise, get ahead. Don't procrastinate. I was so big on procrastinating, and this first half of spring, like spring A, I was ahead every week. I was working on week 2 when it was barely week 1. I was working on like get ahead so that way you can enjoy your moments more. Because then the whole time, yeah, you could push it off till Sunday and say, oh, I'll just work through I'll like enjoy the whole week, and then Sunday will be work day, like for homework. But then guess what? You're cramming all of that into one day, and you're just gonna be even more drained because you're like, "I should have done this earlier. I should have done this earlier." Where if you did it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, if you did it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you can enjoy the rest of your week.
Yeah.
And doing smaller amounts of it also still lets you enjoy your day.
Yeah.
Whereas procrastinating, you take away your whole Sunday
Yeah.
because you've got to get it in by midnight.
Yeah.
And then as far as softball, I don't stress softball anymore, to be honest. But I think it's because of the fact that I came around to the idea of I get to play softball. I don't have to play softball.
Yeah.
And also understanding that softball is a small piece of who I am. There's so much more to me than just softball. Did it create my identity for so long? Yes. But is that who I am now? And I think also one thing about me is like if I go up to bat, before I get in the box, I look up and I talk to God and I tell him that if it's his will, then I'll get a hit. And if it's his will that I don't get a hit, then okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of just understanding because softball is a game of it's a sport of, like that revolves around failure.
Mhm.
And that's one thing that we tend to forget. So I think that's just one thing is understanding that it's not in our control as much as we want it to be. It's really not. And so I guess that's how I deal with stress. And I can also just try to remind myself that like I need to enjoy the moment because I tend to try to get ahead of everything. Like always trying to look into what's next week. What do I have next week? So I guess that would be my advice. Don't get behind. Don't procrastinate. It's gonna happen. You're gonna want to do it, but don't let it happen. Get ahead of it.
Yeah, I think that's really good. And I think one thing that you really have to understand moving into collegiate sports is, especially if you want to be successful, you have to have a love for the game. You have to have a love for the game. And if you start feeling that burnout, it's very important that you take a step back and remember why you love playing the game.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Sorry. Sorry.
You went deep for all.
I'm so sorry, guys, but it's so important
No.
because we're stuck doing it 24/7. You're gonna get so caught up in your mistakes, and I need to practice what I preach. But you're gonna get so caught up in your mistakes, so caught up in oh, I could be doing this. Oh, I could be doing this. First of all, you get to go out and play in the first place. Most people would love to be in your shoes.
I actually had that conversation with our team the other day because I was talking to my cousin and I was telling him how I'm just tired of hurting, tired of aching. My body's just so tired. And he was just telling me, he's like, dang kid, like what I would do to give another like I would give another day just to be out there. What I would do, just go and play one more game. And I was like, you're right. I was like, you're right.
Step back.
I said, let me fall back. Let me remember that we're blessed to be where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
Or we need to be grateful for what we have. Are the days hard sometimes? Yes. Are they long and trying? Yes. Are we not always going to agree with our teammates? Yes. But at the end of the day, we're still a small family. We're still all working towards the same thing. And also, 5 to 7% of high school athletes make it to college sports no matter what level. So it doesn't matter if we're at NAIA, JUCO, D1, D2, or D3. We're still playing ball at a higher level than high school. And that's something that we need to understand that we're lucky to be here, but it doesn't need to be all that who we are.
Yeah.
We can step back.
Yeah.
take a little break, take a breather. And I'm not gonna say anything, but sometimes coaches forget that we're also just kids still trying to navigate the world and remember who we are. And it gets tough sometimes with our schedules.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And and I mean, just that small little mindset change can change the outcome of your game or your round. Like, just sitting there, like, oh wow, like, okay, so what? I got like an 8. I still get to play. You know what I mean? Well, I don't know about an 8.
I'd still be pretty bad actually.
No, man.
Something I do when I can catch myself like being like, oh, I'm doing so bad. I sit there and I think of little me. And I know she's still in there. And I think about the fact that
No, I'm gonna cry.
I sit there and I look back and I remember the little girl who was excited to just get the snacks at the end of the game and who wanted to go out there and play and was just so happy to be out there. And I'll sit there and I'll be like, why am I so mad? Why am I so frustrated? That little girl didn't care about numbers. That little girl just was happy that she got to go out there and swing the bat. She got to go throw the ball. She got to go be on the field. So I think that's something that helps me reset too and just kind of remind myself like that's why I'm here to make her happy and myself happy.
That's a great mindset. I think like you show very mature for your age and like your thought process of thinking, but it's also so important. And I bet your teammates respect you for it so much more because not only is that something that you hold to them, but you're going to share that with other people. You know what I mean? That's going to spread across your team no matter what, just that one mindset. And I mean, I think that's what makes y'all a strong team is like y'all's ability to hold each other accountable like that. Okay. Moving on from the deep stuff, hopefully. Um, so one of my favorite quotes is John Lennon's "Life is what happens when you're busy making other plans." Do you have a plan B?
If I like can't play softball
Yeah,
or
or
if
like
don't work out,
if you can't become an athletic trainer at the MLB level.
I do. So if I don't make it to the pro level, that's okay. And one thing I tell myself is like shoot for the moon, but if I don't make it to the moon, then at least I'll land on the star.
Yeah.
So I'm shooting for the moon.
What?
I'm Big her over. I'm shooting for the moon and hoping that I go pro with it. But if I don't, then hey, maybe I'll make it to a collegiate level or high school level. But at the end of the day, I also try to tell myself it's not my plan.
Yeah.
It's where God wants me.
Yeah.
And that's something I'm big on because and USW was my only offer my senior year of high school. And as much as I was like, New Mexico, like I'm staying in New Mexico, dang it. I'm so grateful I ended up here. And I tell people that all the time. I said, God wanted me here and he made sure I came here. 'Cause
Yeah.
I've met so many people who have affected me in such positive ways and who have helped mold me into the person I am today too. So I think that's just one thing is understanding it's his control. There's
Yeah.
nothing I can do. I can want things and I can work towards them, but he's always gonna steer me which way he wants me.
Yeah. I think that's super, super important because I mean, you look at Hobbs, New Mexico, and it's like Hobbs, New Mexico. There's nothing there. Like, that's me. But
It's
like,
growing though.
yeah, it is.
Growing.
I mean, we got a Five Below now.
We got Five Below, we got Marshalls, Ross, Boot Barn. It's growing.
got a whole Sunday's worth of activities. What are we talking about?
Exactly. See?
But like that's one of the things like I told myself my freshman year a lot is like you have to find the beauty in where God put you. Like you have to go outwardly and find those things because they're not just gonna come to you. Not everything's just gonna come to you.
Nope.
So, sorry.
No.
Anyways, um, so obviously you've gotten so used to being a student athlete. You've been a student athlete since high school. I'm sure middle school with weekends and everything. What are some transitions that you're gonna have to make once you do finally hang up your cleats?
Shoot. Finally realizing I could rest.
A day off?
A day off. But literally, so we make jokes because when we get days off, we're like, oh my God, we get to be a NARP for the day.
Yeah.
And then we literally are like a NARP for a day and we're like, my body hurts more than when I'm doing stuff. Our bodies are just so beat up from softball. But I think I'm not sure there's too much that I'm gonna struggle with when it comes to the transition. I think maybe like understanding that like that connection is gonna be severed, obviously, but I'm still gonna find ways to live in this. Like softball can be carried with me. I can still carry with me in everything that I do, but it's just gonna be different knowing that I'm not on a team or I'm not playing for someone.
Yeah.
But also, I think it's gonna be so healthy to understand that it's gonna be my outlet again because I think to get to the collegiate level, your sport isn't your outlet anymore. Your sport is your job.
Yeah.
You need to do this. You need to work as hard as you can to get here. And I think a lot of people think, oh, once you get to college, like, oh, I can slack off. I can sit back and I made it already. Like, no, it gets worse. You work harder. And so I think one of the transitions that I'm going to have to work on is understanding that you can sit back, you can relax, and you don't have anything to do all day. But I think that's what I'm going to struggle with because I'm so used to a packed
Mhm.
schedule.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so for like your future and everything, what are you doing right now to prepare yourself for your future career?
So I constantly am doing like research on different grad schools, which one's better, and where I'm gonna end up after this because they do kind of offer my master's here, but not focused in athletic training. So that's one thing that I've kind of had to accept. Say like, okay, like I'm gonna have to move on when the time comes. But I would say just kind of taking in any and all knowledge Carla offers to me, because here we don't have like a sports medicine program like most colleges, and that's something that I did like have a hard time dealing with and understanding that like it's okay where I'm at right now because other schools right now, like a sophomore at like Texas Tech, UTEP, that's in the same study as me, is a little bit more ahead or a little bit more advanced, and I'm falling behind, but not really. So I guess I just try to take in as much knowledge as I can or as much as I can learn from Carla. And I guess that's kind of the only preparation I have right now. Sorry.
Okay. Oh, this is a good question. How do you stay motivated when your future feels unclear?
I just kind of I just kind of tell myself like, do I want it bad enough? Is that really if that's what I want for myself, then I can't let anybody tell me no. I can't let anybody tell me that I can't do it. And I think that's something that I've learned throughout the years. And even getting to the college level, I mean, I didn't play very much in high school. Fun fact. Did not play very much in high school. Yeah. But it wasn't because I wasn't good at what I was doing. It wasn't because I wasn't putting in the work. It was just because uh, daddy ball? No. It wasn't daddy ball. It was just I didn't have the certain relationships or connections in the town that I was in. So I think that taught me that motivated me more. I was like, I would tell myself, she wants it bad. I want it more than her. So I guess not comparing yourself, don't compare yourself to others, but always make sure that if you want something, go after it because nobody can tell you no if you keep working at it and you keep showing them, I'm going to show up every single day and I'm going to show you what I can do.
Okay. Ooh, this one's kind of deep. Sorry,
Oh,
just randomly
it's
popped
okay.
up this one. Okay, you are obviously very rooted in your faith. What point was that something that like became a lot more prominent to you here in college or back in Artesia? Like, at what stage in your life did you really start like building a relationship with God?
Um, this year, actually, well, this school year. I was really close with God my senior year of high school, and I would tell him like I had a really good relationship with him. But then I came to college and I found myself just trying to figure out who I was, and I thought I can do this on my own. So I did step away from God for a little bit, not as much, like not too much, but I did find myself like not feeling His presence or not doing things that glorified Him. And I guess this year, um, I just finally realized that I can't do it on my own. I need him. And my family, they moved to Texas, so they moved further from me and kind of understanding like I'm not alone, but I am alone, if that makes sense. So I guess that was something that just really I struggled with because my parents used to come out here every weekend when they lived in Artesia. So I would see them and I would have that sense of my parents are here, but they're not here. And this year, with them not coming as much, it did put a strain on me and my mental. And then I also had to go through things of losing friendships or understanding that, friendships have their time. when, and that's something I do. That's another lesson I had to learn is that friendships are often not lifetime friendships. They could be meant for seasons, and that's okay. They're also meant to teach you lessons, and all you can do is take that lesson and just move on or figure out a new way of having that person in your life. And so I guess when I was going through all of that, I kind of just finally made the decision that I need to turn to God, and He has blessed me so many times, and He really is just there for you. And no matter how far you get from Him, He's there right where you left Him, waiting for you to pick up His hand and just say, "Okay, it's time to walk with me again." That was good.
Ugh, such a great. I like don't have any words. Literally. Well, Liz, it's been great talking to you. I don't have anything. Do you have any career advice for students? Any questions you want to ask us?
Uh-oh.
Everybody loves this little game.
Uh, I've always wondered, like, because obviously golf and softball are very different. What are some struggles you guys face, and how do you guys go about? Oh my
Just go.
gosh. How do you guys go about like just facing them?
I think mm, s- I'll say my mental game this year has been hard. And in golf, if you don't have a good mental game, like
You're done.
it's hard. Like if you can't recover after having like a bad hole or like a bad shot or two, like it's really hard to recover. And it's just like you said, like just taking a step back and like I get to play. And that's why I said I need to practice what I preach. Because everybody on the team knows like my mental game's pretty bad. But just really like understanding like life goes on. The ball's still gonna hopefully go in the hole at the end of the day. Like,
I
like,
mean, at some point it's going
yeah.
to.
I mean, and I think watching pros, like understanding like if the putts aren't gonna fall that day, they're not gonna fall. And there's nothing you can do about it. It's just how the round's gonna go. And at the end of the day, like at the end of the day, Stephanie Smith, the day's gonna end. Like just understanding that your round's gonna end no matter what. But just continuing to carry on. And it's up to you whether or not you continue to make that round worse or make it better.
Yeah. I just have to tell myself one hole at a time because it literally is one hole at a time. And if I do bad on a hole, there's 15 other holes that I can make it up on. Like, you gotta get so serious.
Sometimes
It's
30
mental
seconds.
game is so serious that I have a whole nother 18 if I'm playing 36. Like, it's one hole at a time. And you just have to be strong, honestly. And be positive with yourself too in golf. Cause I fear this team is not positive with ourselves.
The
Like,
happiest people off
the
the
way
course,
we
by the way.
speak to ourselves is actually insane, like, when we're on the course. And so, like, that's a big thing in golf. Like, you need to speak so nicely to yourself. Like, it may sound stupid, but speak to yourself like you're a child. Like, it's okay. Like, you're good. You got it. Because we don't do that. And it shows a lot of the time. So, that's a
Yeah.
big thing.
Well, going based off of that, something that I tell myself when I go too hard on myself, we're made in God's image.
Mm.
Would you speak to God that way?
Ooh.
Yeah, trust. I gotta practice what I preach too sometimes. But you wouldn't speak to God that way, and at the end of the day, you're still His kid. So treat yourself nicely and treat others and treat others nicely as well, because they're also made in God's image, and that's something I find myself not doing. But sometimes I do hear it in my head. Hey, like, I know I don't like that person very much. They bug me, they annoy me, but they're God's kid too.
Yeah.
And we're all brothers and sisters. And I need to understand that my anger isn't coming from me, the devil trying to get in your head. And also remember, the enemy's going to try to get you when you're closest to God. So when you're trying to talk to God or have a good conversation with Him, or you're on the course and you feel like you feel His presence, but then all of a sudden something goes wrong and you're like, stupid, stupid, stupid.
Holy slice!
Yeah. That's when He's going to try to get into your head and tell you negative things. So just
Holy
try to
epiphany.
flush it out. Try to flush it out. They were actually at church yesterday. They were telling us that we have like 70,000 thoughts a day, and 5 to 1 ratio, 5 are negative, 1 is positive. So you do think more negatively than positive. So try to flip that.
Yeah.
Try to be nicer to yourself. Try to understand, like, oh well,
Yeah.
It is what it
Sometimes it is that easy. Just making it a positive thought.
And like I know we're so competitive. That's how you get to the college level. You have to be competitive. But kind of just like just understand like bro, like this only matters on the course. That's what I tell the girls like, dude, these stats, these numbers, they only matter if I'm on a field. After that, I'm more than a number. Like nobody even knows about that number. Nobody knows about it.
You hear that?
You only know about it because it stays up here and you keep thinking about it and you stick to it. Oh, I did this. Oh, I didn't do this. Oh, don't find your value in sports. At the end of the day, we all turn to ashes. We're all gone. Can't carry your sport with you to God, like to heaven, right?
Yeah.
So find your value in God.
Great idea getting her on the podcast.
Yeah. Wow. This is like this is life changing. Well, I mean, are there any other questions you have for us? Thank you for asking that.
No, of course. Did you guys always know you wanted to play at the collegiate level? When did it finally click?
Definitely not. For me, it clicked my senior year of high school. I honestly didn't want to play at the collegiate level at all. I wanted to go into the Air Force and, get everything done and then, just move on with my life and be done with golf and never look back at golf because it was so draining. But then I went out one day and I was like, okay, hold on. I'm having fun again. Like, this is not too bad. And then I started getting offers and I was like, okay, maybe I'm not horrible. Or like, I'm good enough. I can do this. So I never saw myself, I never even saw myself playing golf at all, ever. But it was something my dad was like, hey, come play with me. And I was like, okay, why not? And then here we are at the dub.
I think mine is actually quite the opposite. So I started playing soccer. And I had played soccer since I was 5, played club, played indoor, did everything. Thought I was gonna go to high school and play soccer and then play soccer collegiately and then small town Shallwater doesn't have a soccer program. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to shift my focus here. Have to quit soccer, which actually was like a big like part of my life because I grew up doing soccer. Soccer is who I found like myself in. And all of a sudden I wasn't in soccer anymore. So I kind of lost that part of me. But my grandpa came up to me and he was like, well, there's a lot of money in women's golf that's not being taken advantage of. And of course, free money, you're going to want it. So I picked up a club my freshman year.
I hear my dad also said that.
And the golf program at Shellwater wasn't really developed yet. So it didn't matter that I had just learned how to play. My coach still took a chance on me and like grew me through the program. And eventually like I started growing other girls through the program. My sister's playing right now. But one day my senior year, my high school coach came up to me and he was like, hey, this coach reached out to me. He asked if I had any girls that wanted to play collegiately. Have you ever thought about it? And I was like, yeah. Like, yeah, tell them I want to play. Came out, Rockwind, played a tournament. Didn't play well, but it didn't matter. Coach said, would you like to come on a visit? And the rest is history. I ended up here. So,
Crazy. How young were you guys? Well, you said you were
about 14.
I think I started around 11 or 12, and then I really got into it high school. But I mean, I've had lessons since then, and I go out and practice, play with my dad, but it wasn't serious until freshman year. But that's okay. Here we are.
That's okay. No, it's fine. And trust, my dad tried to get me to do golf too.
Honorary teammate right here.
Funny
Honorary
story.
teammate.
I'm like, funny story. My dad was like, there's lots of scholarships in golf. I said, no, thank you.
No.
And then I would go out on the golf course with him. I went like once or twice. Holy slice.
Holy slug.
Because my softball swing would come out. So I go, near. And I was like, oopsies.
Yeah. Okay, well, Liz, it's been great talking to you. Alrighty. Well, that's everything that we have for you guys today. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope to see you again next time. And keep an eye out for the next podcast. Bye, guys. Have a great day.
Bye.
Hey, guys. Welcome back. Or if you're new here, welcome to the Career Talk with CIA. I'm your host, Gabby.
Other way.
Oh, my God.
That's on you. I'm sorry, Gabby. All the way.
Did that sound good or did that sound weird? Yeah, that was good. Yeah, I know.
Make them cookies, Lucille. A motivational speech.
We're about to go to the final round of math.
When the sun goes down, it is nighttime, and at the end of the day is over, and you're still gonna eat at the end of the day. So regardless of what you do, think about food.
Why are you shaking?
I don't know. I'm used to act. This isn't. It's the camera. Okay. Well, Liz, it's been great talking to you. What's the outro? Ready? I'm gonna break the fourth wall. I'm casually talking, and then I see you. Oh. How'd that look? The theater is magic, and there's magic in the theater, and blessed are those who get to share their talents with others. Break a leg.
Amen.
Woo! I'll say today we're joined with, and then you'll say your name. Thank you for joining us today, Liz. Would you like to introduce?
Can I say no?
No.
I'm like,
I'm actually done.
I'm actually don't want to introduce myself. If you know me, you know me. If you don't, too bad. Do
Keep
better.
watching to find out.
Like if you don't know me, do better. Be more active in our school.
Ooh, question mark? Okay. Hello and welcome back, or if you're new here, welcome to Career Talk with the CIA. I'm your host, Gabby.
And I'm your co-host, Kylie.
And today we're joined with
Elizabeth de la Riva.
All right.
Bro!
Sophie, you better be putting these flips